If a clot dislodged, he could have died. But his game is not over yet. The Rays played 16 games here at their spring training home in Port Charlotte. But the '08 American League champions are ready to head up to Boston to begin the '09 season. But the game is just one of the many festivities surrounding the Super Bowl. And if you can't get your hands on a ticket to the main event, well, it's like the old saying goes, what goes up must come down. Many players are hoping this is the season that the Bulls bring home a Big East title. Talks of a new stadium were put on hold when the Tampa Bay Rays made their way to the World Series. But now the stadium debate is back. Brandon Smith. He protects the corners, playing first and third base. In 37 games, he batted .288, brought in 22 runs, and connected for 7 extra base hits. Brother, Sean Smith, is a pitcher for the AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's obvious, baseball is in his blood. But there was something else running through his veins, something more powerful than desire. On April 20th, 2008, Smith was diagnosed with a blood clot in his right shoulder.
My major vein that was running across in between my clavicle and my first rib had completely clotted off.
A few days later, he went under the knife. He had about 8 surgeries, and as a precaution, was placed in the intensive care unit.
I had complications a few days out of surgery. I had 2 liters of blood leak into my lung. I couldn't breathe very well. My arms started hurting. It was probably the most pain I'd been in. What happened is the clot reoccurred.
Baseball is what got him through those days.
Watching us put up a bunch of runs and everybody getting hits, everybody playing, to want to be a part of that, just to be there and be with the team and stuff, was the main thing for me. So I can't lie to you and say that I wasn't thinking about baseball the whole time.
Without the concern from his trainer and the quick work by his doctors, Smith could have lost way more than the game. If a clot dislodged, he could have died. But his game is not over yet. With strenuous workouts and a lot of rehab, Smith is ready to play ball.
Now batting first baseman number 2, Brandon Smith.
He started the 2009 season at Jack Russell Stadium in Clearwater for the Big Ten Big East tournament, and he is hopeful for a full and healthy season.
I don't know if there's many guys that would have come back from all the surgeries he's had. He was close to dying. I mean, that's how bad this was. Just for him to be out here practicing him says a lot about what kind of man he is.
And while most college athletes dream of making it to the big show, Smith reevaluated his plan.
Getting my degree is my number one goal for this year. Baseball-wise, if I get drafted, I get drafted. If not, I'm going to leave everything out on the field, and I have no regrets about anything that I've done, and can't worry about that. Just got to, like I said, worry about today, because you never know when it's going to be taken away from me again.
In Tampa, Ashley Cohen with the Oracle. Megan Hill is a junior at the University of South Florida, majoring in biomedical sciences. By the end of the semester, she is mentally worn out.
It's pretty bad, very stressful. I mean, you just want to get it over with, so, you have a lot in your mind. There's just so many different things I have to do, so many different classes to take, and it's pretty stressful.
When those last few days and weeks of the semester come around, students can find their heads spinning from the added pressures of deadlines and exams. But here, where Free Fall Avenue meets Skydive Lane, stress has a whole other meaning. And when the added stresses of life weigh you down, well, it's like the old saying goes, what goes up must come down. And some students say there's no better way to let it all go than skydiving. Skydiving instructor and USF student Eric Hildebrand admits that when the pressures of life build up, he loves to fly.
You land, and it's sort of this unbridled, childlike feeling, You come down, you have absolutely no care in the world. You're just as free as you could possibly be. And it's hard to find that anywhere else.
Even first-timers like Hill can experience the thrill by making a tandem jump. And one thing that is pretty much guaranteed, when you're waiting here for your number to be called, you won't be thinking about that chemistry exam next week or your final presentation for public speaking.
It's really nerve-wracking. I mean, I'm getting ready to jump out of a plane and everything. But, when you're really stressed like this, you need something fun and exciting and something new. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hill's journey begins when she signs the liability form. Then she meets her instructor. They suit up, go over the basics, assume the position,
ready, set, arch.
And then they are ready to board the Free Fall Express. After a 15-minute, 13,500-foot plane ride, the instructor counts you down. You open your arms, and then you're free. Just you, your instructor, and a clear blue sky.
You're limitless. You have total freedom in free fall to do absolutely anything you want. Because if you're the most amazing gymnast, you might get 1.5 seconds of weightlessness as you flip through the air, whereas in free fall, you get over a minute of plummeting to your death.
It was awesome. It was just, I don't know, I can't even explain it right now. I'm kind of speechless.
How's your stress level now?
What stress? I can't even think about that. So it's worth it. Everything's worth it. You should do it. Do it. Jump out of a plane, everybody.
But Hildebrand wants people to remember that skydiving is in fact a dangerous sport.
It's the only sport where you're actually dead until you do something about it. So it would be irresponsible for me to say that it's safe. It is absolutely dangerous. But it can be done safely. I've got over 6,000 skydives. The worst I ever injured myself was a twisted ankle, and that was in competition.
So the next time you find yourself buried under stress, maybe you will give a second thought to seeing the world from a new perspective. At Skydive City near Tampa, Florida, I'm Ashley Cohen for CNNU. Football was back at the University of South Florida, but only for one night. The Bulls rushed Raymond James Stadium for the annual Green and Gold Spring Game.
That was an exciting game. I think we all know that. That was as an exciting game in the spring as you'll maybe ever see. If you go across the country, I don't know if there'll be one any more exciting than that.
It was football at its best. Two teams, green and white, battling until the last seconds. Redshirt freshman quarterback Evan Landy had something to prove. White down by 8, 10 seconds on the clock. Watch this. Landy connects with Colby Erskine for the touchdown. He couldn't complete the next pass for the 2-point conversion, and the green team took the spring game 21-20. Head coach Jim Leavitt was happy with what he saw and was pleased with Mike Canales' new role as offensive coordinator.
I was really glad I didn't tell Mike whether to go for it or not, but he went for it. You don't want to end with a kick, and we're not going to take it to overtime.
In the end, the game, really just a glorified scrimmage, was a success. Fans were able to see quarterback Matt Grothe play, but only for the first quarter. The team didn't want to risk injuries to some of their standout guys. Two-time All-American George Selvey recorded no time on the field, but did pump up his green team. With many of USF's star players playing their last season as a Bull, many players are hoping this is the season that the Bulls bring home a Big East title. Junior wide receiver Dontavia Bogan has big plans for this season.
I want to win Big East championship, national championship.
And with senior receivers A.J. Love and Jesse Hester riding out injuries, Bogan will be a big part of South Florida's offense.
I just have to step up. Jesse down, A.J. down. I have to step up.
Step up as a leader and step up his stats.
I'm going to kick up a turn, too, so I need to be number one in the nation. I was 17 last year. I have to be number one this year. No drop passes all season. I had one my freshman year, two my sophomore year, so I didn't have none my junior year.
The Bulls have a lot to prove in the Big East Conference and to the nation. The 2009 season kicks off in September against Wofford. At Raymond James Stadium, Ashley Cohen with The Oracle.